Welcome, everybody, to the game part of the stream, where today I am playing Megaquarium. It's just along the lines of tycoon-styled games, wherein, instead of doing, a zoo, or roller coasters, or dinosaurs, we're doing a little aquarium. A fish prison! That's what we're on. And I swap, and here we go. Are you ready, chat? To play the fish game? 'Cause I am. New game, here we go. The first one kind of like a beginning tutorial, so we're on second stage now because I played that to make sure I knew what was happening in here. Alright, you've been tasked with refurbishing this old aquarium fish prison. It already has several tanks, some decorations, and even a couple of surviving fish. Wow. Not all of the fish are dead yet. What if you missed stage 1 lore? Don't worry, there wasn't really any lore happening over there. The aquarium has a healthy source of ecology points, but these only unlock new animals. To unlock other things, we need science points. What happened to the fish before? I don't know. I just purchased this place. They didn't disclose much information. Science points are used to unlock new pieces of equipment, tanks, and facilities for your guests. Both types of points are crucial to running a successful aquarium. Make sure you have an adequate supply of both. Don't worry, with a little effort, we can get the survivor rate down to 0. That's right, why let the fish live when they can all die? And here up on the top right, we get our little list of objectives. So we want combined science points across animals. 0 out of 40. So I guess we need 40 science points. We need to build a tool station. Which, let's see. Right here. I guess we'll just maybe slap it over here. Next to these barrels. Look, every time a guest looks at this barrel and they enjoy it, they'll generate some prestige. Wow. And now we need at least 1 staff. We've got Claire, Romeo, Isla, and Ulrika. And apparently she can only fix down here at the end. Feeding, fixing, cleaning, feeding, cleaning. I guess we'll opt for Claire first. In the background, is that stock summer music? I don't know. Is it? Hello there, Darth, and welcome to the stream. Okay. So we've got tool station staff. We'll go ahead and open the aquarium then. I see there's my pellet dispenser. These doors are staff doors. Looks like the way they've set up the aquarium is so only the staff are able to access these back areas, but you as a attendee of the aquarium can still see them out here. Let's move this, actually. Put it over into this aquarium, because it's a pretty good size. Or this room, I suppose. Alright. Complete the other objectives first. What do you mean? I can't open it then until I have that? Combined research across animals. Add animals to your aquarium until the combined value is 40. Alright, alright. Well, I guess we need to stick in some more fish. What the fuck? Zebra moray eel? Stripes are kind of confusing there. This one's completely empty, these 2 tanks. Let's stick them in there then. You just placed your first zebra moray eel. All eels all the time. Let's sell the rest of the fish I have currently and just put a bunch of eels in instead. The zebra moray starts small but will grow larger over time. Grown-up animals are worth more points, but they will only grow if you fulfill all of their care requirements and make sure there's enough space in the tank for them to grow into. Hover over the growth time icon to find out how many days it takes to grow up and what size it will be when it does. So, zebra moray eel starts off at 4 and goes up to 9. So, you can see the space here says out of 15, so currently a singular moray takes up 4, but when they grow up, they're going to take up 9. You want to make sure also you don't stick too many fish in. Like, if I stuck in an additional moray into this tank right now, 9 plus 9 is 18, they wouldn't fit in the tank. Disagree with Eel-chan waifu? Why not a lobster one? Because a lobster isn't an option. Our only choices is the royal grama and zebra. I can't get any other fish, so not an option. Those moray also want some shelter, which means we need to stick a driftwood cave in for it. These fish are also kind of complaining over here about the water quality, so I guess I should put something down for that. Another filter. This one's cheap, so let's just stick a basic filter in for there. There we go. There you guys go. Oh, they need to be fed mussels? Let me open up the food. There we go. Mussels dispenser. That's expensive. 120. Look at my money. I can afford it, though. There we go. Fixed. Now they can be fed. Okay, so now we've got 20 research. Now we just need a couple more fish. Put them over into this tank since it's empty. Boom, that tops it off. I think this one already has, yeah, it has a filter heater combo. With every tank, you need to make sure you have down a filter to keep the water clean, as well as a heater to keep the tank at the correct temperature, because, you know, while this is a fish prison, we do want all of the fish well taken care of. You can't have people pay to view the fish if your fish end up dying from poor care. Good work. The aquarium is restocked and it's open to the public once more. You may have noticed that all the tanks at Northwoods are embedded into the walls. They are called, unimaginatively, wall tanks. Wall tanks are viewed by guests from one side and accessed by staff via the other. This allows you to keep your equipment behind closed doors. Speaking of doors, the staff door allows your staff through while blocking guests. Wow, handy! Man, I never would have guessed that's what staff doors are for. All of this is useful because from rank 3, guests expect your equipment to be hidden away, and they will complain otherwise. If your aquarium is too good, they go, why am I able to see this equipment here? It is very unattractive. Delete it. I want it gone. Your next objective is to build your own wall tank, matching the specification in your objectives. Ooh. And then we can pick our next ecology project. So we can choose, do we want a coral grouper or a flame angelfish? This one sounds way more badass. I picked that fish. Alright, master the wall tank. The arson fish, of course! That's why it's called flame. Alright, and our next science project. There's a power combined or a basic pump. The basic pump allows you to locate your equipment remotely from a tank for convenient access and to keep equipment out of the way of guests. Interesting. So I guess then that you can see here, looking down at my equipment, that they have to be placed right next to the tank. So I suppose the pump means I can put it further away? They just burned down their own tank. Yeah, we're gonna have to be careful about those flame angelfish because we don't want them starting fires and destroying everything I have built up. I'm gonna go with the basic pump because I want to try out that new piece of equipment. Now, they're wanting me to build a size 3-3 tank, so we want enough room in a new wall section here. So here's my wall selection. Keep things fairly open and just build across like so, I think. Oh, see, look at that. Just stripe as an option. Wall tank. Observer tank. So if I stick like a corner tank here. Oh, I see. It's backwards. Hang on. I flip it around. No, it's going to complain at me first. No access for staff. Do I have to build the staff doors in first then? Okay. If I stick them in there and there, and then I try and place down the corner tank. Still doesn't let me, so let me try destroying the walls here. Do I have to build in the tanks first? I like now that I've removed them, the guests here just like, oh look, I can walk in this area now. Wahoo, hey, cool, yeah. Very nice, guests. Very nice. Am I able to undo? No. I just have to delete it. I also like when it's placed down, it just shoves the guests out of the way. It's like, excuse me, guest. You need to move. Alright. Now this guest is trapped here forever, and you're doomed now. You're part of the aquarium. Guess what? You're also hired, and you're a staff member now. I have to restart now for maximum for that sweet min-maxing. It's true. Now that I've wasted money probably from having to rebuild sell things, I've ruined it all. Restart. This aquarium is crazy! There were tanks and walls appearing and disappearing while I walked around! Like, what the hell? It was pure madness! Alright. Now I need to put down the equipment. So I'll start by putting down this combo, which apparently needs 2. Guess it's larger. Let me instead then delete this, and I'm going to go ahead and just use 2 instead. A normal filter, as well as a normal heater. Basic of both. Unless the heating is still insufficient, so fine, I guess I'll delete this heater I just put in. Put a power one in instead. There we go. Way better heating. Oh, build a maze for maximum profit. That'd be interesting to have like a dedicated path that the guests have to walk around. They walk through the entire aquarium. That would actually be a very interesting layout, I feel like. But since this aquarium already kind of had a pre-setup to it, I would have to delete everything first. Uh-oh. Now this tank's not sufficiently heated because this thing's needing some repairs. Let's put down another employee here. Let's get Romeo. He can fix and clean. We can help to make sure all of the equipment stays up and keep the tanks nice and tidy while the other guy feeds everybody. The Osaka Aquarium is one giant loop, with the last exhibit being the largest one for the whales. That's neat. I feel like a lot of the time, zoos, theme parks, whatnot, are kind of made to be along a guide. or are somewhat linear in nature so that it's very easy for you to walk all around or go straight through and see everything properly, you know, rather than having just all of the options out in the open like this. With some minor exceptions if you have smaller rooms. You go like through one big walkway seeing everything, and then get to a smaller side room where there might be little sections like this. No. And hello there, Squigga2, and welcome to the stream. Alright, so we need some fish in here. Got lots of options for them too. And you can see then that, like, this orchid dotty bag provides ecology, whereas this royal grandma provides the research instead. We have 75 for all the fish. Or I guess that's the fish I'm working towards, so that doesn't count. But I have 75 ecology being made up from the various fish, and 37 research points. Hello there, Giga Hood as well, and welcome. What game this? Megaquarium, where I have fish prison! And thank you for following, Squigga2. Appreciated. And hello there, Amelia, and welcome as well. Forcing you to go the long way around the zoo so you get thirsty and have to buy some drinks, and making sure that all of the drinks and snacks are sodas and salty so you buy more of them too, and price them very high for maximum profit. I'm almost there to getting the angelfish. It almost makes me want to wait for that to complete. Almost. Question is, what fish do I have in here currently? We've got Grandma, Tang. Can I have this open at the same time? Cool. Okay. So, I see we don't have any soldier fish. So maybe we'll get some of them. Whoop, I don't want to click that. Oh, hello, over to you. Nicely done. The next stage of the aquarium's expansion is down to you. You'll need to fund the expansion using ticket sales, so keep an eye on your cash flow, which is accessible by clicking on your current funds. I'll be in touch again once you've grown to a moderate size. Good luck. Thank you, narrator computer person. That's right. A fish prison simulator. Make money off the captured fish you have. Here's entrance tickets. Oh, there we go. Now I've got the flame angelfish. And I guess that's my only option, so I'll get them next. The flame angelfish dislikes conspecifics, which means only one may be kept per tank. The flame angelfish, I guess, are very solo. They do not like hanging out with others of their kind, I guess. Is this your first playthrough? Yes. This is what? The second campaign option? I played the first off stream to test it out, and now here I am. First round. Also notice the price on that black bar soldier fish. Wowie wow. Alright, now we need to put down the shelter, which is under decorations. Need to make sure I keep that in mind so I'm not just clicking through all of these every time. Put down some nice looking plants too. Make things very beautiful. Look at that. Wow. Lovely. I'm an artist. I just learned that my monitor was on the display setting with the least color accuracy. Just opened up a whole new world for coloring things. Yep. There's lots of different ways you can have your monitor set up for color options, so having it set up to proper settings makes things look a lot better. Monitor options, yes, you can change your contrast, the RGB. Depending on your monitor, you'll have more or less settings also. generally what's best to do. Also then if you look up like a color chart that you're able to use to adjust the settings on your monitor so you can see how it affects the various color ranges, you can like go ahead and go on Google even and look up information about that. And now you gotta go, Giga. Alright, thanks for stopping on by for a bit. Look at that, we're already 6 days into our prison. And everything hasn't set on fire, so we're making pretty good progress, right? Alright, now you can see up here there's these expand options. So let's bring out the aquarium over here. Boom. Now there's more area. Look, this guy just headed straight down here and was like, yo, what's down here and happening, dude? Now he's just walking around. Fish prison. Yes, hello, welcome. Come on in. Purchase a ticket and check out all of our fish criminals. Welcome, Lalafell. Gonna bring these out too, actually, I think. Alright, let's put another tank in. I'm gonna make a little observer tank, though. Make it, like, stick out. Maybe something like that. Trap the guests behind walls. Wait a second, that guy just walked right through it. What the fuck? I feel like I should have placed this further back. Oh well. I'm not highly concerned, though technically I can just grab and move it. There we go. I can do that with walls also. Convenient. Alright, stick those back further. Slap down the staff doors so that our staff can access it. What if we just trapped a bunch of our guests in here? What if I put a wall up over here that had a staff door on it, and then I manually move any new guests into my aquarium, and then they're trapped here forever? Like, see how this guy's totally leaving? He wouldn't be able to do that if I had a wall up, you know? And of course, Amelia, everybody can enter into the aquarium. Any circumstances. Where is the tank for Fishwife? I haven't built it yet. We need to put that down so we can have Fishwife. You know, actually, gotta be honest, as I look around, you see all these fish? The moray here. These fish over here. These pretty purple and orange ones. They're all my Fishwife. All of them. Why have just one Fishwife when every fish can be your wife? I wish there was just a close aquarium and make the guests leave for a bit button. That would be nice. Because then you can have them all out of the way and you don't have to worry about them for a little bit. And hello there, Andoris, and welcome to the stream. We just unlocked this basic pump. And now we can start working on that power combined piece of equipment. This guy, very tired. He wants some rest. Let's put down some benches for him. And for our other guests too, I suppose. Alright, whiny guys. There you go. Now you can sit down, I suppose. So what I usually do is build a little 2x2 wall and move them all in there while I'm rearranging things. There's one way to work it. This Megaquarium had like an update a week ago, and it said that several of the updates, modifications they did to it were based upon suggestions and recommendations that they had from player people. So I would guess / bet that if there was feedback saying, I wish there was a way to kick everybody out of your aquarium for a bit, I bet they would maybe put that in as would you say feature? A gameplay component? Alright, we need to put down the equipment for taking care of the tank. Since this is another large one, I feel like I'm going to put down, again, power filter. And then the power heater. Yeah, Tim, I'm assuming the dev, is amazing. I helped beta test and promote the game, and during the beta test, there were a couple of times I gave him feedback, and he came back 10 minutes later and was like, okay, I just pushed an update. Try now. That's pretty good. It's nice when the dev is very open to taking, like, feedback and improvement suggestions for a game, and they're able to get back to it real fast. And hello there, Gray, and welcome to the stream. Look at that, we just unlocked the Coral Grouper, where he also gets bigger. Warning, may eat or damage animals with small size or crustaceans, and when fully grown, animals that are slightly bigger. Oh. He also likes to be grouped by himself, too. If the aquarium business doesn't pan out, you could always make an exotic sushi joint. Who says it isn't one already? That's the back entrance over there. Alright, you just unlocked the Coral Grouper. Let's take a look. The Coral Grouper has a couple of care requirements you haven't seen before. They are greedy, which means they eat more and lower water quality more than other animals. And they dislike conspecifics, which means they only like to be kept one per tank. Finally, they may eat fish and crustaceans, which are smaller than itself. Hover over the warning to find out more. Oh no. Yeah, just because there's singular devs that work on games doesn't mean the game is going to be bad. What is it? Stardew Valley, when it was being made and whatnot, it's only done by one person. Just because there's either a team's limited or because there is just straight one person doesn't mean the game will end up bad as a result. And hello there, Kiwi, and welcome. Exotic and very poisonous sushi? Oh, no. Those are just like the high-risk pieces of sushi. You have to eat enough to die. Just when will you get to that point? I don't know. That's for you to find out. I think this notification is saying that my moray eel has grown, I suppose, so it's a big eel now. Can now eat tank mates up to size 3. Oh. Well, now, zebrafish will eat its friends in the tank. Friends no more. This area is telling me it needs another tank put into. But I should kind of get this one first. I need to build things a little bit more quickly. My prestige here is dropping a bunch. Because if you don't keep things fresh, everybody just starts getting bored. Okay, this tank fits 23 fish. What if we put the big fish in with each other? So what if... Oh, this guy's not very big. Alright, I put little flame angelfish in there. And then we'll put other little fish in with it. And it's not a bully, is it? It's not a bully fish. There are some fish friends. That one's a wimp, so no bullies, but then I could put in this demoiselle with it, I think. There's still space in that tank, but oh well, that's fine. And then slap down some beautiful decorations of rocks and plants. There we go. Alright, now perhaps I'll go ahead and also put in some food dispensers in the back. You know, then the staff people don't have... Hang on, what if I actually do this? Give a little extension point. And build a wall here. Actually, I don't even need a wall right there. I can just leave it completely open and then my staff can walk between them. Boom! Shortcut. Means I'm also going to want to put down a little food dispenser over here for green pellets. Stick it there. This tank is pretty empty. I could put more fish in here. But the soldier fish, we'll just slap more of them in here. I don't think they grow up. No. They're fine. However, now I need another... Tank quality ain't great. Might put down another filter. At minimum, it does need some more shelter, so let me grab that. Squeeze it in there. And a little filter down. Keep the water extra fresh. Maybe get the rest of these... what? Alright. Impressive work on the latest expansion. You've proven you're ready for even more advanced aquarium design techniques. It's time to learn about pumps. Pumps allow you to remotely locate your equipment away from your tanks. Instead of attaching your heaters, filters, etc. directly to the tank, you attach them to the pump, which is several tiles away. Demonstrate your understanding of pumps by building a pump and a tank configuration matching the specification in your objectives. So you could, I guess, imagine it like you have some secret little pipes, tubing, hidden under the ground or through the ceiling. Underground makes more sense, and then works its way over to the tank. Alright, also hire you, lady. There we go, now I got 4 staff members. Pipe lagoon tank? Okay. Build a lagoon tank. That's all it's gonna tell me? That's why that's all it tells me. It's because it's literally a type of tank here. Alright. So, since we have this room over here, I'm going to utilize that for my lagoon tank. We're gonna build this here, and I'm going to move my tools over to this location. We'll keep those there. Then we can set up our pump and the like over here. So, put down the pump. See, ooh, it's got a nice little layout to show like how far away is it reaching. So then you don't have to manually count yourself or anything. So I can stick that there and you can see just barely on the corner right here, just touch it. Reach it over. And then we want to attach our tools or equipment pieces to it. So there's the heater, and then we want the filter. Boom. Taking care of that. Now we can put in some fish, which says any kind of fish. I can put in any kind that I like. Now, did the zebras like being housed together? Doesn't have that no friends option, so they're fine. Now, can I have 32 fish in this tank? What? Thirsty guests. So one of your guests is thirsty? What? Bring in your own beverage. You know, let me just slap you down in the tank and you can just drink some of the tank water. Build some vending machines so that they have somewhere to purchase a drink. Selling your guests refreshments is also a great way to boost your income. Alright, well, I guess if I get money out of it. I think the guests are becoming unhappy because they're looking into my tank of morays and they're like, what? This tank isn't set up properly? The morays are unhappy. How could the terrible aquarium owner do this to the poor fish? There we go. Now my guests shouldn't be upset by it. Imagine being thirsty surrounded by water, truly. Charge them ridiculous fees for tiny drinks. That's the real trick. You see my fizzy drink vending machine here? The beverages you get out of it are actually all like little itty bitty pieces. It's like the tiniest bottles. That way they have to be more. Buy more in order to properly quench their thirst. Let's see, benches down here. There we are. Alright, guests, now you can go ahead and quench your thirst. Oh yeah, it like cut me off while I was still putting in fish in here. And there's only 2 morays and I wanted a third. And there's the power combined. What is this? Skill required. Fixing this will be time consuming for staff without some skill. I see. Makes sense, you get more advanced equipment. Need more skillful employee to fix it. Yes, that Diet Coke, that'll be $18. Oh, you want some ice? 24. Oh! You don't want any of this soda? You want fish tank water? Well, I can sell you a straw for 25. The real way to make the cash. I'm going to open this up here. Pause so Mr. Mr. Toby over here doesn't just wander right on through. Wall up. Actually, I want the wall on this side, I think. Then we'll put in a staff door. That's not a staff door. That is the staff door. There we are. And then the staff doesn't have to walk all the way around. Of course, since these morays want mussels, it'd be easier and closer if I put them in right there. So then the staff can just go, oh, it's time to feed the morays. Waltz right on through, grab that, waltz right back on over, and boom! Morays fed. Look at that. Look at all of that prestige. I need 2 more tanks, or vending machines, I should say. Fine. I'm gonna hide this one up over here. And I'm gonna put the other vending machine right there. Now I need 220 prestige in order to rank up again. So where do I want to extend out my aquarium? Maybe over here, I think. Wherein I can stick maybe another lagoon tank. Could extend out this area too. Or another little spot to put down an additional pump. There we go. Lagoon tank 2. I could now put down a power combined onto it, yeah? Wait, where'd my pump go? Did I not actually place it? Did I just click on it and I go, and then I went, oh boy, who needs to actually put down the basic pump? Fuck that, and I closed it. Or it's probably because I didn't actually attach it, so it automatically removed the pump, perhaps? Oh well, okay. Yes, good. I think that also... Yeah, it actually provides more heat. than the heater does. But it does require that higher skill level, so only advanced technicians can take care of it. Now, are there any kinds of fish that I don't have in my aquarium currently? I have some of them. Got some of those fish. I don't have any of the orchid dottybacks, I see. So we can put some of them in. Hang on, I'm also seeing there's these two look very similar. They're just kind of got a color swap, a little bit of a size and fin difference. If you did a quick glance, you wouldn't instantly see the difference, maybe. I didn't realize that first, but I do still have both kinds of fish. We had one of the coral groupers. No? No. We don't have any coral groupers in here yet. We need to make a tank for them. You have some yellow tangs, we had one of the angelfish, and we had several morays. But I'm gonna put in some of these guys first, since I don't have any of... Hang on, I wonder if I could house together the orchids with them. No, they'll eat smaller fish. And the orchid dottybacks, small fish, so the coral groupers would just eat them. So don't think I should be housing them together. There's just gonna be a million of these things in this tank. Look at them all. There's so many. Look at that. This looks so funny. Just the number of them in here. It's like a goddamn party. Look at that. Over here in the tank 10. Oh my god. Okay. Go ahead and put down some grass. That way the tank looks pretty, and the guests are happier as a result, because that earns prestige when I put that in. Look at these guests now. They're checking out these dottybacks, and they're like, oh my god, look at them all. Look, and I'm ranking up, too. Now I'm 4. I'm now unlocking kelp, rocky overhang, and several more fish to research, as well as larger filter and heater. How's the stream going? Pretty good. Hello there, Challenger. Wait. Crab. Someone arrest him. He might be an escapee. Welcome to the stream, though. Not a fish, though. Note blue knuckle hermit crab that we've got right here. That's fish enough. Crustaceans count. But thank you also for Real Creamy Meme for resubscribing for 9 months. I sincerely apologize to the people of Sicily. I don't know why you need to apologize to them, but okay. Congratulations on reaching rank 4. Among the new animals you can unlock at this rank are the first crustaceans. This blue knuckle hermit crab is a great support animal because it doesn't need feeding and actually provides additional filtering. Wow, it feeds itself. I just slap it in a tank and I don't even have to worry about it. Hermit crabs aren't real crabs though. Whoa, you're gonna hurt the hermit crab's feelings. It wants to be a real crab. That's what it always has wanted. That's all it's ever wanted. Oh my god. Creamy, gifting 4 subs. The community. Oh, very nice. Appreciated. Thank you. If you got gifted a sub from him, make sure you thank him. You now have your final objective. You may also receive optional objectives from third parties. In return for fulfilling certain requirements, they'll offer you a reward. It's completely up to you whether you comply with their requests, but you may find it easier to meet your objectives if you do. Alright, now I can pick another fish. Clearly, we want to just race right for that hermit crab. Like, look at that. They've even got a little picture for themselves. Crustacean. Avoid placing with tank mate plants, which are a danger to crustaceans. Scavenger does not contribute to bioload of tank, automatically fed when any other animal in the tank is fed. Aha. And maybe I'll go ahead and opt for filter. Alright, and yeah, the fish did love this new tank too. Hang on. Oh dear, one of your guests has thrown their fizzy drink litter on the ground! Fill the broom stand and get one of your staff to clean it up. Oh my god, what motherfucker did that? What the fuck? Can I bet it was Jess. Jess? Was that your doing right there? Oh my god. Throw them in the tanks! They're criminals now! You feed them to the crabs! I need to get those hermit crabs put up immediately so I can throw these trash litter bugs into those tanks. Oh my god. I need to get up those broom stands. There we are. You can reduce the amount of time your staff spends sweeping up after your guests by placing bins around your aquarium. Alright, as long as these dang guests actually use them. You know, just because you place trash bins around, sometimes your guests will just look over and be like, fuck that! That's what, 2 feet away? I don't think so. And then they just drop their trash onto the ground. Oh man, the water tank quality is reducing. I wonder, how's the moray eel looking exactly? Do they eat the smaller fish? I feel like I looked at this earlier. Yeah, it does eat crustaceans. That's a shame, because otherwise I could stick some hermit crabs in there to help keep the filtering taken care of, but I can't do that. Let's go ahead, I'll just put a little basic filter onto it to take care of that. Alright, let's extend out right here. For an additional little area for the guests to go for the aquarium. And then we can connect it right along here. And then it's just a big donut. Could also, that's a little bit awkward right here. Okay. Yeah, I want to modify this section just a little bit. We can put a fish, let's pause. I'm going to purchase all of the area right here, and we can stick a corner tank in. Hang on. I wanted to pull that out a little bit. Actually, we'll keep it. No, this only holds 10. So yeah, let's delete that and replace the corner tank. There we go, a little bit bigger. And I can place down these walls. Then a staff door will make it so that only staff can get into this little area. Boom. And bang. And we've got a spot for the fish. Let's see. Power combined would be good. Look. And then just casually stick it on like that. Give access to it for any of the staff members, and the brooms can still just continue to hang out where they were at. Beautiful. Now, what kind of fish are we putting here? We Did we? No, we didn't quite unlock the hermit crabs yet, but we didn't have any coral groupers in yet. Right? Or did we stick some in earlier? When I was observing, I didn't have them previously. No, I've just got a shit ton of black bar soldierfish. Not the same as the coral grouper. Put this guy in here. But he doesn't like to be paired up with any others of his kind. So, he goes up to 9 max. So he might just have to stay hanging out in there alone. And I think some of these people are getting upset that there isn't any shelter in there for him. So I'm pausing temporarily. Let's see, 9 would be a 6 fish, which means I could stick a yellow tang in there. Oh! I didn't notice that. When I hover over the fish, it tells me how many I currently have. So see, now it says 1. Got 2 yellow tangs, 1 flame angelfish, and 4 zebras. Convenient. Let's put the yellow tang in. So then I don't actually have to pull this up for comparison. I just have to hover over the fish and there we go. Alright, so now also it looks like the yellow tang, yeah, it's a plant lover. It wants some plants in its tank. Caco, did you ever want to be a marine biologist when you were a wee baby, Caco? No, of things that I wanted to be when I was a child. A marine biologist was not one of them. I think there might have been a very short period of time where I was like, that maybe? But I don't think any sort of, when I want to be a baby when I grow up. Yeah, I was wee child and I said to myself, you know, I never want to grow up. When I grow up, I just want to be a child again. That's probably what a lot of adults think already, right? They go, can I stop being an adult and go back to being kid? Because who baby, who is a lot easier. Any sort of, I think, general care job, like I've never been like, I want to be a doctor or something. It's always been something else. But I think there might have been a time when I was much younger, like very small baby, that I might have thought like, I want to be a vet. The main thing I remember is that when I was in like, what, 5th grade? I watched a making of, or like behind the scenes section of The Incredibles. Like, they have those commentary pieces where you can watch through the movie and have people that made the movie commentate over it. And I believe I watched that for The Incredibles, and I was like, oh my god, I want to be an animator. And then from, like, that point until, like, partway through college, even, I was like, I want to be an animator. I want to be an animator. I want to be an animator. And then, when I hit the point of being in job, as well as taking a statistics class, I was like, you know, I'm gonna swap from art major and going into animation to getting a math degree so I can do statistics instead. And that's where I've been at since. I like the lagoon tanks because you can have them just completely opened like this, and I really like that. Look, see, and we've got a ton of space right here, so I can put one down here. Actually, I'm probably going to put it up against the wall. What's the difference between the lagoon? Oh, no, okay. I was thinking earlier on how when I did the last stage, there was just an open area tank, and I'm pretty sure that is just the lagoon tank. And it just only started me with the wall types for this stage. I thought you were gonna be like, I want to be a superhero, just like the Incredibles. Imagine if that was the case instead, being a 5th grader and saying, I want to be a superhero. Wow. I want to be in the depths of the ocean inside a metal canister as my only protection. Yeah. Marine biologist life there. Sounded like a smart idea. Statistics sounds like every company needs it. Yeah, definitely a lot more open and, you know, potential money-making plan versus art, really. And hello there, Yo Barat, and welcome to the stream. And now I've unlocked that hermit crab. Good timing on it. We can set up our new lagoon tank to include it. And hang on, do you see this longhorn cowfish requires a different kind of food? It requires cockles. Oh, what? There's also specifically kinds of starfish. There's another kind of fish. Dislikes food competitors cannot be housed with other species that eat green pellets. The fox-faced rabbitfish says, excuse me, that other fish wants this food? Fuck them. I don't like that. I kind of like the way the reef squirrelfish look, though. I think I'm gonna get them. They also like being housed together. They like to have the friends. Was there ever a time in your childhood where you believed in stuff like Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny? Yes. When I was young, definitely believed in them. Our parents, I also recall there was a period of time where I made and left out little gifts for Santa and the Easter Bunny as well. And I recall for some of those years where I did that, my parents also left out like little reply gifts. So like for the Easter Bunny, I had left something in a message and the Easter Bunny left a message back and there was a little paw print on it as well. Which, we had a dog and we had some cats. I'm pretty sure they probably used a dog to put a paw print on the little message they returned. But as a child, I was like, oh my god, the Easter Bunny left me back a note. See, it's definitely the Easter Bunny because it has a paw print on it. You've just unlocked the blue knuckle hermit crab. The blue knuckle hermit crab is a crustacean. Many fish eat crustaceans, so you have to be very careful who you put them with. They are a delicate species. Just put that tank right there. Yeah, I'm gonna open up this area behind it so that guests can walk around the tank fully. And we want a pump over here so we can connect that to equipment. There we are. Boom. Just like so. Can I get more employees, by the way? Let's hire some more people on. Just get both of them. I think I've got money to support it, right? Just gonna assume that's a yes. Let me look over at my cash. I wonder if I'm able to adjust ticket sales. Doesn't quite look it. And I've also now unlocked the large filter. And now I'll start on the large heater. Maybe I should just put in an enormous tank and see how many fish I can cram into it. Boy, I did art and I make a pretty average living. Indeed, I didn't say that you can't make a living off of art and that you can't do it. I'm just saying it's maybe a little bit easier if you opt for something like statistics than art is all. And hello there, Quack, and welcome to the stream. Can you get seals though? No, I don't think you can. Alright. Now we want to prioritize putting in those crustaceans, because I want some hermit crabs in here. Even though it's almost at the same time, requires water quality of 70%, they require higher level, huh? Here's size, ecology points. Alright, so I don't need multiple. I'm going to put 2 in here so they have friends. They can be buddies with each other. Now I want to put some fish in there that don't dislike crustaceans and get along just fine. can even opt for something that requires a little bit of a higher quality of water, since they'll help keep it clean. However, the next highest is the moray eel here, and they'll eat those crabs, so I don't want to do that. Maybe I could try doing a little bit of a mix of a fish. The royal grandma doesn't require much. Put 3 of them in there. And they're not a bully, so I can also put some of these kings into it. Though, there's also these soldier fish. They aren't mean at all, and I could stick some of them in there and get more prestige out of it, because they require 3. Or, they don't require, they provide 3. Though, I can also hover over and see what the prestige chance is on these. Actually, the yellow tang would be a nice addition, since it has a higher prestige chance, probably partially from not having a lot in the tank. May eat or damage stony corals, clams, or gorgonians. I'm not sure why there's different colors on these. I think I'm gonna stick an angelfish into this tank. They get along with the other fish just fine. They provide more prestige. They're small, so I think they're a good fit. And we'll finish off by putting 2 of them in there. Or maybe 3. Alright, then I just want to put in the other pieces. Hang on. 2, 1. Provides 8. But I only need 3, so let's just go ahead and put in 2 little driftwood pieces, and then we'll put in some plants. And hello there, both to Skellybra and S'more, and welcome to the stream. Moray eels are those ones with the 2 jaws, right? I think so, where they have, like, the spooky extra mouth? Where you look at the moray eel and you're like, wow, I love this fish. And then it just pops the second mouth out as it goes to eat something and you're like, never mind, I hate it. This giant seaweed creates underwater forests perfect for larger fish and sharks. Species of kelp can grow up to half a meter daily, reaching 80 meters in height. Wow. Fish facts. Which means it also requires a deeper tank, which I don't have. We'll put some sea grapes down. And there we go. Look at this. These guests walking up to this tank, they're all about it. They're like, oh my god, check out this fucking tank. Holy shit, it's so good. Know what's better? 3 mouths. Oh, where's the fish that have the 3 mouths? They're complaining about water quality too. I can replace this for a power combo, you know. So probably it's fine just to stick another filter onto it. There you go. Any other tanks complaining about quality? I think just the one I just set up. I could put another hermit crab into it though. Take care of the water quality that way, right? Maybe. We'll see. Tiny garden eels is where it's at. Too bad I can't put any of those in my aquarium. I should put some more drinks. Yes, some more vending machines out over here. 1 and 2. And we'll want some garbage bins so that the stupid guests don't litter and ruin my beautiful fish prison. Then we'll want somewhere for them to sit down. Put it next to that tank. Put that down also. Lovely. Okay, so I just need to get to 350 prestige in order to complete challenges here. Could set up an observer tank along right here and just have a little small section behind it for the staff to access. I'm gonna pause, that way the guests can't walk behind it while I'm setting this up. Does it just not let me drag this out any further in this direction? I think that's all it is. I can't go out to the left anymore. Well, guess I'll just put it down like that. That's why I deleted it there, was because I was like, well, I think I didn't drag this out enough on accident. But no, it's just as far as out as I can go. This reminds me of playing Zoo Tycoon. Yeah, it is a very much sort of tycoon type of game. So you gotta get 350 times prestige in Modern Warfare 2. Definitely what I'm referring to, yes. Can I put guests in the exhibits? I could kind of do that by putting up a little wall and then sticking a guest within that little box I build. That'd be kind of like putting them into the exhibits. Alright. I've almost unlocked this new fish. I could always wait to be able to put them in. The coral grouper probably pairs fairly well with the crustaceans, seeing as they're greedy eaters. Though then again, they do eat crustaceans, so maybe not. They give a lot of prestige, though. I'm gonna put them into here. Only one, though, seeing as it only wants a singular fish of its kind. And since it eats up to size 3, we don't want to include that angelfish. The zebra moray eels are on the larger side, so I think I could pair them here. Hang on. Yeah, it does say animals in general, so it cannot be paired with fish that are small. Whereas the zebra moray eels are fine with doing that. Okay. And then anyone else that has high prestige that I could fit into this tank. Otherwise, we'll go ahead maybe and put in the yellow tang. Okay. Since the zebra the moray eel there is going to get bigger, it's going to take up more space in the tank. So we don't want to put too much else in here, I think. Let's put that in. That looks nice. Especially since it does require 5, though again, a lot of the time I've just been sticking in the 2 driftwoods to take care of that. I'm putting in the rock ones since I haven't had a lot of that in my other tanks. Oh, I didn't realize that this was specifically called eelgrass. Look, it's like it's made for the morays then. And there we go. Oh, look, and I just unlocked them. Wonderful. 4, 5. Oh, these guys are really big. Do you see that? They're size 7. Oh my god. Let's get them. Then we'll go over here. Let's put in those new fish we got. Big tank. We're gonna put, just like we did with these fish right here, we're gonna put in a bunch. Made for morays or of morays, I don't know. What if it's both even? And hello there, Lone Viking, and welcome to the stream. Alright, I need to get up my prestige. It was at like 320 earlier. I need to like bait my guests here to the back. There's not a lot of people over here. Okay, so the pumps only connect to one at a time. I almost need to put a pump further away. This isn't great placement that I've put down. Actually, though, I'm looking up here and it was like, how should I put down the pump to take care of this? But what I can do is fit... Wait, yeah. If I put the pump right there, it just reaches the tank. And then I can have the power well, I can't put the power combined because it's not big enough. Alright, so what I can do is just kind of extend the area around the pump right here. And then I can put the large pieces of equipment on it instead. Like this large filter, I can slap that down. Oh, the power heater actually doesn't heat this enough. I'd need to put 2 down. Okay, so let's destroy that pump. Open up this area. Alright, so now we have a full area around the pump. Hang on, I don't think I placed that to reach. No, I did. Okay, good. Check. Fish prison, that's right. You can observe all of the fish criminals that I have locked up already. There's a lot of them out there, see. But hello there, white noise, and welcome to the stream. Alright, let's check out our equipment now. I don't have that large canner. We need to put down 2 so we can meet the heating requirements. I can put down a large filter into there to make sure that that is all filtered quite nicely. And I think I'm also going to go ahead and put a tool station down and fit it right there in the corner. I might open this up a little bit more too to put another area for accessing the food. Though I do like having this here actually, because now that I'm looking at it, it's like in a central location to the rest of my aquarium. So it makes it convenient for that. This aquarium is for the worst of the worst. That's right. The worst fish criminals around, all ending up here. Alright, now, we got that new fish. Here we go. Reef squirrelfish, which is also a size 4, which is good. Because any of the fish that eat multiple, or that eat the smaller size fish, most of them I think go up to size 3. Like the moray here is up to size 3. The angelfish here, and I guess those are just general tank pieces, so it's not quite the same thing. It's more like the grouper that eats up to size 3. So reef squirrelfish are good because they're size 4, so that's not a concern. Cannibals, that's why they're in prison. I mean, at the very least, some of the fish do eat other fish. There we go. Big group of them. Oh, and seeing that's just up to 8 for the shelter, which is just what the rocky overhang fits. Perfect. One fish, please? Yes. I'm assuming you need to eat them, yes? If you go around back, you can access the sushi bar. Oh my god. I never realized that. That K-pop emote, it oh my. I'm not even on mobile, obviously. I'm on PC streaming here. The little mouth it has totally does look like a little toothbrush mustache. Holy hell. That's the thing when you're creating emotes, you have to be kind of cautious about how you're drawing things. Because when they become small, they can totally change in what they appear as. You look at it big, yes, definitely a mouth. When it's small, doesn't look like a mouth anymore. Alright, what other fish do we want in here? We could put some hermit crabs, but we want ones that have a bigger boost to the prestige, which would be good with this coral grouper. Though we would need to have some more shelter put in, which is fine, we can do that. There's enough room in the tank still. Let's put them in there, and we'll put in a driftwood cave, cover their need. And still fit some more fish in here. Quite a few fish, actually. We can't put any of them in because now they're too small. Grouper would eat them. I almost feel like I should just put in a bunch of these fish that require caves, and it'll just be the tank's just filled with caves for all of our fish to hide in. Yellow tanks are always nice too, because they're on the larger side, fill up the tank, though that means there's not as much variety that you can put into the tank either. They're size 3, so they can't go with the groupers. Moray. They'll eat crustaceans, but I don't have any crustaceans in the tank, so we could put a moray in here. Keep it at that for now, I think. Maybe put in some more fish later. But I believe then they needed more of that, so that hardcore covers up their cave need. And then we'll just put some plants along the back here. There we go. Water quality, though, is really capping out, even with my giant 2-part filter. And I did just unlock the large heater, too. But heating's not a concern in this tank right now. So what I want to put on instead is the power filter. Oh, wait, here we go. I just... building that final tank. Boom. Finished. You win. You've accomplished a lot here at Northwoods. When you arrived, it was dilapidated. You restocked it, reinvested your profits, and transformed it into the impressive aquarium you see before you. Another job offer is coming, this time from a private collector, in Elshorn, looking for an architect to design their dream aquarium. You can continue to build here at Northwoods for as long as you want. This message will stay in your message log until you're ready. When you're ready for a new challenge, let me know. Excuse me? Go ahead and take me right away. Let's go, chat. Are you ready for aquarium number 2? This time, a private one. Private fish prison. Be the architect of a private collector's dream aquarium. We're going in. Look at that. We've got, like, bamboo walls now. A private collector wants to build a new public aquarium from scratch, and they want you to be the architect. They've already installed a large tank to be the centerpiece of the aquarium. The rest is down to you. Get the aquarium ready to open. Remember to fulfill your animal's care requirements to maximize their point value. Alright, we need to start off with 5 different animals. We need sufficient water quality and heating. And we also want to build additional tanks. So our total for ecology is going to be 80 and 80 science points. So let's see what options we have currently. Pretty good amount. Oh man. I like how these guys look. They also only provide 4 prestige. Clearly, we have to opt for whatever prestige fish is highest and center this main tank around them. So, clearly, going to be the flame angelfish and the zebra moray eel. Now, top report here is with the flame angelfish, there can only be the one, because they don't like having friends. However, they are size 3. They're fine to house with the zebra moray eel, because they only eat crustaceans. So let's put one of the flame angelfish in there. And then we could put in 2 of the morays, because this is a size 72 tank. There's lots of space for fish in here. So now maybe we could opt for a fish that likes a lot of friends, like the reef squirrelfish we could do. What kind of food do they eat? They eat the green pellets. Angelfish here also eat green pellets, so we can't put the fox-faced rabbitfish in with them, because then they compete. Wasn't this a private collection? Why do you have to buy fish? Think of it this way, Graviton. They've given me sort of a budget here, and then they're like, alright, now just go wild with what you've got, okay? So now I have to go out and actually spend that money. So exactly, it's the private guy's money that we're spending. This fish provides 2. This fish provides 3 prestige. These fish are a little bit smaller, so if I put them into the tank, I'll be able to have more fish in general. So we put 4 of them in there. Keep in mind, so we don't have any fish right now that are in here that are going to eat our other fish, because flame angelfish do not eat other fish. Zebra moray eels only eat crustaceans, so we just can't put any hermit crabs in there. Did I put one of the red-tail butterfly fish into this tank already? No, it's that flame angelfish. And I guess I forget. I can just hover over it and see. So I can put them in here. Put 2 in. Oh my, there's still so many fish that we can put into this tank. Jesus Christ. Let's go ahead and put in the reef squirrelfish to finish it off, because we have to put in 4 of them. And I think that should be alright. There's still space. I'm gonna wait for the zebra to grow up and see how this tank's doing before I put in any more. So now I just want to put in these other pieces that are required. Put that rock in, and then we'll put some plants in. There's a lot more in here now. We've got Pacific paint. I see. So this colors the walls. That's why it's all looking like bamboo, is because it's painted on with this paint. We gotta spend as little as possible and pocket the rest. I suppose that is kind of like an option. Buy cheap fish. I like there's also these theme decorations that we can place around, I suppose. Look at that. Beautiful. Now when the guests walk in, they'll see those barrels and go, wowie wow wow, I love this aquarium. Prestige. Prestige. And Torpedo Moscow coming in with some Chinese food. Delicious. I hope you brought enough to share, and welcome to the stream. I wanted to put some plants in. Can't do kelp because the tank isn't deep enough for it, but we can put in these plants. Also, I don't think I ever actually realized that as I'm slapping down these sea grapes. The sea grapes help maintain basic water quality, so they're actually nice to put in. Gives better water quality for the tank. Alright, and then we'll put down some rocks. See, so do these ones. The Rebel do too, by a lot. Oh my god. Maybe I will delete one of those spots of seagrass. Oh. I didn't want to move the entirety of the tank. delete this one. Oh, that was one of the little guys. I want that giant collect to pick up. There. What? Did that get rid of it? No. Alright, if I click on the demolish and then click on that, that sells it. There we go. And now I'll put down some of the rocks. Boom. Lovely. Oh yes, complete the other objectives. Got it. Sufficient water quality and heating. We're good. I like we're just 2 ecology points away from being able to just straight open the aquarium here. Let's put in, we could put in 2 little tanks in each of these corners here. And then see if we place down, do I have pumps? I do have pumps, okay. See, and then I can put down 2 pumps each for both of those. And then I could put down, hang on, I don't know if I need a power combined. I could do with just a combined mini, I think. Seeing as these are both small tanks. Then I can put down some fancier fish into them, perhaps. Like what kind of fish don't I have? 2 of them. I don't have any of them. So I can put down one of these guys into it, since they're pretty big, too. They will just fit the one comfortably. And then the other tank, what do I not have? I don't have either of these guys. So what kind do I want to get? Because they both provide the 2 prestige. These provide a little bit prestige at a higher rate. Let's put 2 of them down into this tank. There we go. I like the water quality is just barely able to be hit with just this singular fish in here. You think this private collector would be satisfied if he just filled his aquarium with goldfish? Imagine if that's what he did. He's like, hey, architect, can you make me a nice private aquarium? I'm like, yeah, certainly, I can do that. And then I just put every tank, just a shit ton of goldfish. Of a singular kind even. Not different kinds of goldfish, the one kind of goldfish. And it's just everywhere. And he walks in to check out what I've done for his aquarium. And he's like, you just put a bunch of goldfish in. And I'm like, yeah, of course I did. What else would I put into your aquarium? And then he just stares at me. Gold-plated goldfish. There's an idea. What if I put little armor onto the goldfish? The goldfish are actually normal, and they're all wearing little gold armor plates. They've all got little weapons attached to them, too, so it's like they're all armed. Battle goldfish, pretty much. Oh, I need to put down also some feed boxes so that I can actually feed these fish here. Probably also, you know, like the tool stations and the like. There's not really enough space in here, so maybe we'll go ahead. Actually, I think what I'll do is extend down this, so we've got just more space in our central room. Move that there, and then delete these extra wall parts. And then we'll place everything down. So, food dispenser. And we got green pellets. And the mussels. Tool station definitely needed. However, I can't actually put down anything else into this room. I'd need like one extra space. So let's extend out the aquarium like that. And we'll extend this down one more time. Move the door. Delete these extra wall sections, and then we can put down our brooms. And there we go. Actually, now that I'm even looking at it here, let's go ahead and put a door on each side. That way, it's easier for the staff to get around. Boom. They get a short... Hang on. Whoops. Oh, never mind. For a second, I thought there was a door, and I'm like, apparently I missed that door's presence, and I placed the pump right in front of it. That was silly of me. But no, it's just because I was hovering there with the door on my cursor. And I guess these being in the red is defining it then that they're not sufficient water qualities then. Fine then, aquarium. I'll make some modifications. I'd pay well for fish blood sports. Oh my god, with all of our armed up goldfish, we actually have a dedicated like tournament arena tank for them to battle in. Oh my god. I guess what we're gonna have to do maybe then is just delete out one of our fish. We need 4 of them, and we need 4 of them. But I don't need multiple of these guys. So I guess we'll go ahead and get rid of one of them for now. And we can put one in later on, perhaps. Of course, they like severely brought down our level of ecology points, so we actually need like more fish placed in, so we're gonna have to put down like another tank somewhere. Well, I guess that's how it is, huh? Okay. I believe if I make this tank bigger, it would be nice. I'm not sure if I can automatically, casually bring it larger. Why is it... This icon makes it look like it's indicating that this fish is dead or something. See that? By default, this tank though is like 3x3, which I don't really want. I want it like that. Alright, so let's swap all of our fish over from here into here. It's probably why it's saying that the fish is dying is because it's the pump isn't properly hooked up to anything now. Alright, then we just need to reattach that. Doesn't like it very much though. And I can't exactly fit another filter on it. Alright, so what I'll do, if I move this around, oh, it's interesting. If I move this, it actually moves everything that is attached to it at the same time. We'll just go ahead and stick an extra basic filter on top of it, and that will take care of that, no problem. And since I've already got this placed down, we'll just... Actually, I'm just going to straight delete it, because I think I want a corner section or something that can fit in a little bit nicer. So, like, corner tank over here? Like, if I put it in like so. It also complains at me when I want to just straight do that, because it's like, no, you need access for their people. It's like, I can build the wall in afterwards. Have a little bit of patience. Let me place down the tank first. There we go. And then I can put down the walls. Keep that covered. Walking space here, no problem. I can put down the pumps behind it. Maybe I'll put some of the food things in here, because then otherwise the staff have to walk all the way down to the center area. I also see there is a new tool option, or not tool I guess, but this floor arrow. Send guests in the right direction using these handy floor arrows. So what if I put like that at the entrance? And I can send my guests around to walk around the aquarium in this fashion. So then they cycle around here, like so. I think some people do fight beta fish, that's true, because betas don't really like being housed together for the most part, you know, so, Goldfish will pretty much grow as big as the space they're put in, so if you put some into these tanks, you would get some giant goldfish. It's true. A rowdy goldfish so big you can ride them. A rowdy fish rodeo. Oh my goodness. Put a giant pit at the end where all the guests fall into it. And the prestige barrel so they can, well, then all they can do is look at it. The guests walk around my aquarium, get to the end, fall into pit, and then there's just the barrel. And they just all hang out and they're staring at barrel. And that's all they do for the rest of their lives. Earning me prestige forever. Genius. Alright, what fish do I not have? I don't have any of the kings there. I didn't get any of the hermit crabs either. So what if I put a hermit crab down into here? And then I can put some of these things into it with them. Alright. Here we go, and then we'll put some plants up along the edge. Beautiful. Put some rocks in the back. Excellent. Oh, apparently I chopped out my different kinds of animals by taking out some of the fish here up in the middle. So, oops. What did the butterfly fish require? They can't be housed with these, or be in a tank that includes any of those because they'll damage them. I still have just enough room for fish in here. Maybe it's saying, I think, yeah, the centerpiece has to have 5 different kinds of fish. So it's mad at me because I've taken out that. So I guess I'm going to have to move back over the one butterfly fish that I removed in the first place. But then my water quality is not good enough. I wonder if I could attach a pump? Like have a pump over here that has some extra filtering? And there we go. I think that I'm going to go ahead and put an extra butterfly fish back into that tank that I took out earlier. Alright, there we go. Now my initial aquarium for the private collector is all set up and, quote unquote, beautiful. The collector wants to explore the world of corals with your help. Your next objective is to unlock the disco mushroom and add it to one of your aquariums. Ooh. Apparently, beyond just coral type things, we can put mushrooms into our tanks. Now that does sound funky, I agree. You should expand your aquarium to increase your ecology and science income. More tanks and more animals equals more income. Also keep an eye on your profits. Even with the collector's investment, you'll need to manage your aquarium profitability. Protein skimmer. Helps achieve a higher water quality. I see. So the protein skimmer provides additional filtering power and is useful for maintaining higher water qualities on small tanks. That's oh, hang on. Forgot to actually select it. That's a lot of fish. All right, well, it wants us to have the disco mushrooms for our next objective, so I'm gonna opt for that. But look at these other fish we can pick. Look at these guys. Like, especially the lionfish, so fancy. All right, so I'm working on unlocking the disco mushrooms and the protein skimmer. Then we will need a tank with the mushrooms, the skimmer, that will need sufficient lighting and water quality and heating. Aquarium game, yes. Where not only are we having aquariums, they're actually a fish prison. Hello there, RRCPF, and welcome to the stream. Aren't lionfish poisonous? Maybe. Just don't eat them and you're fine then? It's basically a box fish. They are if they sting you. So it's not that they're poisonous, it would be more like venomous then. Since poison is about consumption, and then venom is about injection. They have venomous spines. There we go. All right. So let's start working on another little corner tank built in the same fashion for some nice, like, symmetry. That's what's nice about getting this overhead view when you're expanding. Then it's easier to look visually and make everything equal. Like how on this side I just put on 4, but on this side you can see it's only 3, so expand out that side. Wait, I want to pause so that none of the stupid guests are walking back where they shouldn't. Let me go back up overhead. Let's see, it extends out by 2. Back 1, and there we go. Wall, and alright. I just need to hook this tank up. I might move my fish from this little tank and put them up here, and maybe make this into the one for the mushrooms. Or maybe what I'll do is indent this a little bit. Oh, my arrow's in the way. Excuse me, arrow. Get out of the way. We'll put a basic tank up right there. I'm just to have it even. We'll see if I... Yeah, we'll go ahead and put a tank right here too. Make it nice and symmetrical. Look at that. Wonderful. Even though I have like this tank back here, which is 2, and this one, which is the 3, and it's not exactly symmetrical there, but whatever. A lionfish petting zoo. There's an idea. Just discreetly kill all my guests that way. I don't think I hired any staff, did I? Oops. We'll start with Flick here, because Flick can do everything. Get in there, Flick. And Fred would probably be good, because he can do 3 fixing. Get going, Fred. Then you can do a good job fixing up my complex equipment. I also forgot to put a staff door in this right side. My staff can't get inside if I don't have any doors for them. I can also casually stick the power combo like up in the corner. I don't know why I stuck it right here. Oop. I didn't mean to lift up the entirety of the tank when I grabbed that. Alright. So we want a little pump over here. I could technically, like, bring down the wall right here and just have it directly attached to the back, but I guess I did also make this into just a plain open tank, and as a result of that, the guests would be able to just see through to the equipment that I'd be sticking behind it. Flick from Animal Crossing is working in the aquarium? Apparently. There he is! Working! It's Flick from Animal Crossing! Alright, and I wanted to put down a pump. And we can attach the pump to that tank, and we'll do the same thing. I guess we have to do a similar thing. We're gonna have to place this pump a little bit in a different spot. The guests can't see that though, so that's not a big deal. I guess that's too far away though, because it's not wanting me to attach it. There we go. Now I'm assuming that maybe I'm going to need to attach a protein skimmer for these mushrooms that are going to be researched. So I don't want to put anything down for this right now. I'm not sure if the mushrooms are going to require a specific heat or not. So maybe wait on putting any heating down. However, since I put down this tank and we don't have any fish in here at the moment, let's get some fish in. Is there anybody I don't have? Nope, I've got some of every kind of fish. So, we're going to opt instead for fish that give high prestige to start this tank out with. So I think we're going to opt for the flame angelfish, since they work out nicely, seeing as they like to be alone. We'll put one in there, and then we just have to bolster it, the tank, with some other fish. Wish I could just do like 2 of them and 2 of them. I don't think I've gotten any other, like, I don't think I've gotten any bullyfish. Do I only have 1 of them? These give a lot of ecology points. That's pretty good. I think we'll go ahead and put him down in the tank, actually. And I only need 1 more. Probably, I feel like putting the Royal Grandma is good because I don't have as much science points being generated. He only costs 3. There we go. Oh, we're gonna need to put an additional filter on the tank now, though. And we just need to put in our plants. Put like a sea lettuce, like so. Actually, let me relocate that sea lettuce. Need to get into the tank first, though. Now I can actually move it around. Put it in that spot so I can put some sea grapes. Like so. Huh. There we go. Lovely. See, look at all that prestige that I'm making off of the tank. Now, what shall we put in here? Maybe I could even wait for a bit. And then again, it might be quite a little bit before I have enough ecology and research before I unlock anybody. Actually, it probably would be good to put some kind of high research point value fish into here so I can get up some fish made a little bit quicker, which, hey, the zebra moray eel, it provides 20. We'll put him... Oh, no, that's no good. This tank only holds 8 fish. Or 8 size. And that's too small for the zebra. We'll have to opt for something else. What else gives research? This guy does, but it needs 4 of the same kind, and 4 of that is not gonna fit in this tank. Oh, there we go. I've unlocked the disco mushrooms. So here we go. Pick out some more research. I want one of these 2 because they provide research points. And I'm not making nearly as much research as I am ecology right now. This may look like fish prison, but now that I think about it, it is a human prison floating in the void. Guess that's not wrong. Since there's nothing else around it, and there are people in here, there's only this singular entrance. Not far off from a human prison. The people can come and go as they please, but the fish stay forever. Are you sure about that? There is a void out here. If the people leave, do they just go into the void? Or do they exit and there's actually still, there may not be a void, they teleport somewhere else, but that somewhere else is actually just another little box, so they can only travel between the two, thus imprisoned? I don't know. The void beckons. They are doomed to spin in a circle because of the markers forever. You're right. They enter in. They can't go to the entrance because that arrow says, do not go towards entrance. Walk this way instead. They're trapped here forever. I like armor. It has an effective size of 12 fish when calculating whether a predator can eat it. So I guess, since this goes to 6 to 12, the armored makes it function as if it was a size 12 fish instead. So like if the small fish that are around had armor on them, they would function a little bit bigger. It's interesting. Is this an aquarium in Hellstream? Perhaps. You can't see what exists in the void beyond, so functionally, I suppose this is a hell stream. This is Fish Prison in Hell. Hello there, Melody, and welcome. I think I'm going to opt for the Panther Grouper because of the larger amount of science points it yields. Most corals, including the disco mushroom, need light to supplement their food. You'll need to add a light to each tank that contains corals. The cost of the light is proportional to the depth of the tank, so smaller tanks are cheaper to light. So that's why there's some fish that say they do not want light. So, like with the reef squirrelfish, you can't really put them into a tank with those mushrooms, because they don't like the light. Whereas the mushrooms, however, do. They eat zooplankton? Huh. Okay, so they have a light requirement. Now, alright, straight up, I can see here is my zooplankton dispenser. Do I get a new type of tool? Yes, basic light. This is interesting, how it just kind of hovers like this. I put it, oh, there we go. That's how the light's attached. Lovely. Let's put in these mushrooms then. Now it's complaining that it's dying because I don't actually have anything hooked up to it right now. We do need heating and we need really good water quality. That's probably partially why we've got the new type of filtering system in the works, so that it's able to better provide for the mushrooms. We can put just that on. It looks like that covers it up. However, now we need the food, the zooplankton. Just stick that in there. There we go. Now we can feed you mushrooms. The tank is very plain otherwise, though. Can we fit more mushrooms into this tank? Maybe we could even put some fish in there with them. Because, yeah, the mushrooms don't take up any fish space, so we want to put some fish in here. But what kind? It can't be anything that damages soft coral. Like this one, hang on. This does not damage soft coral, it damages stony coral. So I think we could stick him in there. Okay, flame angelfish. Actually, before we stick that guy in there, are there any fish that provide decent amounts of research points I could slap in instead? We've got this guy. We could put 2 of him in instead. So I think I would prefer that. Just because I want to be gaining up some more research. And so we'll finish it off by putting in some grass. And a rock. And I think what I'm going to do, perhaps, is maybe we'll change out this tank and make it a lagoon tank so it's deeper. And then we could put the new fish that we're researching into it. Uh-oh. This is broken. Guess we've got the guy coming to go fix it though, so that's fine. Alright, we have 5 amount of space in this tank. Maybe we'll put another fish in here. Fish, that's right. Fish stream, hello there, Thoth, and welcome. We do need a protein skimmer for this, because I don't think it's counting this tank as having any of these things, because there's no protein skimmer attached to it. I don't have that unlocked, so I can't do anything about that at the moment. I suppose we'll take a brief pause so we can put down some benches and drink dispensers for all of our guests. Excuse me, people, you're in my way. Or actually, you're not in my way, the arrow's in my way. We'll put it there then. Okay, got a couple of benches around. I like this guy then. When you sit on these benches, you just sit down and stare at the wall. You know, contemplating life. Now I've unlocked the protein skimmer. Excellent. Ooh. A large filter. Alright, filtering alone isn't enough to reach the high water qualities required by corals and delicate fish. You need protein skimming too. Add 1 to your disco mushroom tank and see the difference in water quality compared to filtering alone. Congratulations on obtaining your first coral. The collector is currently compiling a wish list of what they want for the aquarium. Our private collector over here is going out, he's like doing some world exploration, visiting other aquariums, and he just goes into them and he's like, oh my god, look at that fish, I want it. Secretary person, write that down. Okay, sir, I'm writing it down right now. Big fancy fish with many colors. Got it? Oh, it has its name on the nameplate right there, Secretary. Make sure you write that down too. All right, sir, I got it. Scoot. And then he just is going around to all of these aquariums doing this, and then he has it mailed back over to me, and I pull it out, and it's just like this huge list of fish, and I'm like, oh my god, collector, please calm down. And then he returns back to the aquarium and sees again that it's just a bunch of goldfish in armor having battles. In the meantime, you should continue to unlock new animals and equipment and try to progress to rank 5. As you expand your aquarium, it becomes easy for some tanks to get missed by your guests. You can get feedback on this via the View Rate overlay, toggled using the button on the top right of the screen. So you could totally place down your tanks in ways that make it so that your guests pass over them. Are my guests also getting confused? They see these arrows get part way through walking and they're like, huh. Maybe I'm gonna turn around now. And then they turn and they start walking up this way and they see the arrow and they're like, oh, I should be walking the other direction. They turn around and walk the other way, and they just get themselves stuck in a nice little loop. Alright, so now it wants us to build a deep wall tank. Earn enough science points to unlock the deep wall tank. Well, that's quite a ways away. Why is aquarium shaped like a cock? You know, that wasn't really intentional. I guess that's what happens with, you know, I mean, even, you say it's even a T, and really, if you round off your T, like if you picture a T as a bubble letter, what does that T now look like? And hello there, both Zep and Joe, and welcome to the stream. I've unlocked this Panther grouper. Oh no, you've ruined that letter forever. Maybe this is the real trick of why everyone's like, the T pose is one of power, is because actually the T is just a cock, and everyone's like, wow, cock power, big dick energy, you know? They just all loop around. T is T. Joe says, focused, hands at the side of his face. T is T. Dick is dick. There's no overlap. This also made me notice the mushroom aquarium is uneven. I noticed the exact same thing when I did that overview and was looking between them, and I was like, oh, I accidentally made this one to the left. There is a species of fish that is also called cockfish. I mean, you just straight have, you know, male chickens, which are called cocks, so... Again, I think I'm going to opt for the lionfish here for those research points. And to fix my asymmetry, I'm gonna build that back, move the tank back by 1, which we then have to, oops, re-hook up our pump to that tank. I'm actually going to sell this one so I can make it into the... Yeah, we'll make a lagoon tank here, so they're not going to be even anyway. Of course, then again, do I need the lagoon tank here? Maybe I'll just leave a normal basic tank right here, and I'll extend out some lagoon tanks up on these two sides. I think that's what I'll do. All this cock talk isn't family friendly. Well, that's fine, because this isn't a family friendly stream. This is for adults only. Mature people here, thank you. Because nothing says mature like a fish tycoon game. Thank you. Alright, now we're back to deciding what to stick in this tank, because it doesn't hold a lot. Honestly, these kind of normal tanks, kind of shitting, because they hold so few fish, and if I want the good fish, I need the big tanks. So let's bring these sides out. Oop, missed that little spot. Only adults know not to tap on tanks. Exactly. That's why we can't allow children in here, because then the children are just gonna want to walk up to the tanks and bang on them. That disturbs the fish. Please do not do that, children. I send them out because they cannot stop. Uh-oh. My, employees aren't doing a very good job of feeding my fish. Hang on while I put down this orange pellet dispenser and hire another feeder. Employee. Alright, this guy's dedicated to feeding. Hire them on. Now, someone get over here and feed these poor fish. Yeah, I like the staff that can zoom like this. Like, look at her go. Except this guy. He's, like, super casually walking around. I think it's because he's a fixer. And right now, we don't have anything that needs to be repaired. We just got fish that need to be fed. Maybe we'll go ahead and hire someone else that can feed, too. Forgetful Kiki just wants to be left to her feeding. She is extremely empathetic, too. Oh well, let's hire her. If Fish Tycoon games are for children, then why are all the tycoons in the world adults? Exactly. Thus, that is how you know that this game is for mature adults. Okay, we need some better water quality here for my middle tank. We're gonna have to swap out this pump right here. This, yeah, no, this isn't a power filter. We're gonna have to, like, swap this around to be the skimmer instead. Because of the, like, water quality that this giant tank is requiring. Oh no, this poor guy over here is thirsty. We better put up... I think I got distracted when I was about to start putting down the vending machines. The game was like, yo, you unlocked shit now. And I'm like, oh, okay, let me take care of that, woohoo! Open my tank, human child, the fish beckons. The child, hearing the fish's voices, approaches the tank.
Ooh, I like the fish talking to me. All right, fish, how do I open it up?
Just go through the staff door. Grab one of the nets and free me, child. Free me. The child does so, pulls it out of the tank, and is like, quickly, put me into a water transportation device. And the child's like, I don't know how to do that. And then just starts walking off with the fish still in the net. And then the fish is like, wait, child, no, never mind, put me back. I don't want to be free. Too late, fish. You're mine now. And then the kid leaves with the fish in the net. Feed children to the fish. There's an idea. Oh, I don't think I explicitly said. By the way, hello there, Sloth, and welcome to the stream. Alright, someday we'll unlock this filter and we can finally start researching our deep wall tank. Hang on, I forgot to put down, dang it. Okay. Okay. We need to put down the trash bins because I saw we had some litter, and that is my fault this time because I don't want to put this there. It's going to conflict with my bench. Let's move the bench up by 1. Plus, that makes it symmetrical. Alright, and then back down. Garbage bin for their trash. Trash bin for trash people. I like this guy standing right next to the vending machine thinking about how he's thirsty. Lionfish, everyone's favorite highly venomous invasive species. I know it's my favorite. Boskin, is that your first comment? Have you been here? Did I say hello? Alright, remove that, and I'm gonna put a lagoon tank in instead. Big tank. Beautiful. Got our pump here ready for it. Let's attach that. Now, I guess we can go ahead and just slap on power. There we go. Excellent. I should probably expand out this room so I can put some feeder boxes onto it. I guess I didn't need to do it by 2, but oh well. Expand out this side as well. Alright, what kind of fish should we put into here? We're pretty even now with the research and the ecology points. We did get that panther grouper, and I would like to put them in the tank. The tea grows slowly. I should just maintain that overall shape, honestly. We'll just keep it looking like a tea dick. So, next expansion points should clearly be here. Maintain the shape of power? Okay. Back to the fish. Panther grouper. What do we have? Alright, they want the caves. And they can't be... Wow, oh my god. Since these guys get so big at 14... You have to have some pretty big other fish in the tank with them. However, I do see that they are not opposed to being paired with themselves. At 28, with 2 of them in total, you could just put 2 in together, like so. Then we just need to stick in their nice little cave. And voila! There we go. There's their tank. Beautiful. At 14 right now, but they're gonna grow up and take up a lot more space. Sir, you're also thirsty. We got a vending machine right here. You just need to walk a little bit further in. Thank you. I might replace this tank and make it a lagoon tank also and extend it off. For now, I think I'm going to extend down here. And I think we'll also extend this middle section. But maybe make it... No, I can't make it any skinnier from where it's at right now. And the staff can still walk through here. So long as I maintain all of their doors. We'll swap and put staff doors on each side here. Up, and see, there we go. There we are for the deep wall tank. Ooh. Deep tanks require platforms at the back for your staff to access them for feeding. Build platforms with the platform tool found in the top left. Platforms require stairs to connect them to the ground. Build stairs with the stairs tool, also found in the top left. Ah. Observe. Yes, here we go for deep walls, which includes deep observers and deep wall tanks. What I could do even then is how this side has a large deep observer tank. I could do the same thing down here at the end and put a deep observer tank down too. Can we get seals now? I don't think that's an option still. And hello there, Ella Trash Boy, and welcome to the stream. I like the idea of putting another one of these down at the end. Maybe not as big as the back one. Or the one, I should say front. This is like the entrance, so it's really the front. Ooh, you've just unlocked the oblique-lined dotty back. The oblique-lined dotty back has a care requirement you haven't seen before, which is this one right here. They dislike congeners, which means that they can't stand being around any other members of their genus or family. For the oblique-lined dottyback, this means they cannot be kept with any grandmas, anthias, or dottybats, including other oblique-lined dottybacks. If we pull out the fish, oh, they're in this group here. You cannot put both the oblique lines and royal together. They go, no, those look like me except in a different color. I don't care for that. Keep them away. I should also note that they're bullies. So here they're like, I don't like them. Keep them away from me. And then they beat up other fish too. And hello there, David, and welcome to the stream. Screw seals, get some sharks. You know, at some point that will be possible, because on one of the descriptions, it did have specify sharks. So at some point, there's gonna be sharks. Okay, I don't really like that you can click drag to place the walls, but you can't click drag to delete things. Mildly inconvenient, not terrible, but not ideal. But for the most part, I haven't really needed to delete a large section anyway, so... Okay, this is kind of like... It'd be 3 by 6. So I'm going to make this side just a little bit shorter. Do that. And then we just need little stairs, a platform and stairs. There we go. Then the staff can have access to it for feeding the fish. I do want to delete this middle section. Boom. Then the staff can easily get through still. People can walk around. Then I just want to put in the power combined. Like so. Alright, now it's time to decide what to put in here. I'd like to put in some more mushrooms, because I think that would be neat, but I want to make sure that's not... Well, then we'd need to put one of the protein skimmers on, which means I would need a pump to put further away, so maybe we'll avoid that. We do have our lionfish here. So then we need to make sure that none of our other fish are too small. And they do get pretty big at... We could just put one in here. We just have to make sure the rest of our fish are not smaller than 4. They have to be at least size 5. So there's one lionfish. So we could put one of these guys in here, because he's big enough at 5. And he's also big enough at 7, and since he likes to eat green pellets, our other fish likes to eat green pellets already, so we can't put him in. And these, the groupers, eat up to size 5. So our angelfish is actually a little bit too small. Because I assume this is up to size 5, meaning it includes size 5. So if I put size 5 fish in here, they will be eaten. So we don't want to have that. And hello there, Finisar, and welcome to the stream. Not size 4, can't do size 3. The moray eels would only be applicable if they're big enough, so if I pulled out some already fully grown morays from a different tank, then they could be stuck in here, otherwise it would be a no-go. So maybe what this tank is going to be, for now at least, until I get some other large fish. I wish I could put the panther groupers in here. Honestly, I might go ahead and just pull out zebra moray from one of my other tanks. If I have ones that are fully grown. Because I think they are in here. Yes. If I pull them out from here, swap them out into this tank instead, just both of them, and then I stick two new morays into that tank, and then simply put another lionfish in here, What was the other fish that I had in here already? Angelfish? Put another one of them in there. However, then we're going to need some more water quality anyway. Well, alright. That means we're gonna need a pump. Hang on. I've got the large filter. I don't have the large heater yet. If I had the large heater, I would just be able to put down the filter and the heater. We're not there. So for now, temporarily, we'll just have to opt for putting a pump in. And I've just accidentally blocked my staff door. Actually, I've also blocked this pump. Let me move these, because they're not going to work out right here. Actually, what I need to do is just move my staff doors. We'll move them down one. Put the walls back in. Move these up. There we go. Now we need to put in the proper materials. Oh, you can move fish? Yeah, you can move the tanks too. After you place down the tanks, they're not stuck there. You put any decorations in, you can relocate the decorations. So you can almost kind of have like smaller tanks for fish when they're young, and then when they grow up, you then could move them into that larger tank. So that would be a way for you to keep like fish that might normally eat little fish, and just not put any of the little babies into that tank. Just put adults in only, yeah? And hello there, what's it to get, and welcome to the stream. Alright, I needed the big rock, get their shelter taken care of. Yes, and we have the plates too. And I actually believe these deep tanks are too. This is something I didn't realize when I was placing down those lagoon tanks, is that the lagoon tanks are too deep. So we can put some seaweed in here, no problem. Look at that. Beautiful. Huh. I don't have any rocks in here, clearly. Put some of those down. And then more plants. There we go. Wonderful. And there's our tank. Look, see, and now the guests that were all grouped around it have turned and looked at it and they're like, holy shit, look at this new fucking tank. Oh my god, I love it. Now we're going to need an additional arrow, I think, down here on each side, so let's grab those. There we go. Keep our guests moving around the exhibits. Instant amazement. Yeah, pretty much. Alright. Now we want to put in some deep wall tanks. Where do I want to place them? How do I want to place them exactly? I think I might place them along here. I really don't like the way that these two tanks look just kind of placed here. It kind of makes it a tiny walkway right here that they have to squeeze through. Not into it. So let's open up this. There we go. And we can put in our large, deep wall tanks. And we can put them in as corner tanks like this on each side. Also, I see that they're not symmetrical, so that's fixed now too. Also, now I need to pause, that way I don't have a shit ton of people walking around behind them, because it's not where I want my guests to be. Excuse me, guests, I'm sorry, but that's not where I want you. Now we're gonna have to move all of these losers out. Get out. Get away. Thank you. The guests really enjoy walking to the open space, huh? It's because probably they're like, whoa, this area just opened up? Oh my god, I want to check this out. What the fuck, yo? And then they just wander right on in. And I'm like, calm down, guys. I didn't open this up so you can stand around and have a party in it. Oh, oops. Just placed that door right out in the open. Didn't mean to do that. Excuse me, door. Let me remove you. Permanently. Maybe what I'm going to do then is I'm just gonna take this fish and move him into the deep tank. I'm gonna do that for both sides. I'm gonna move these fish into these larger tanks so I can clear up this open area. Which does mean I have these pumps set out, like in these side rooms, so I'm not gonna really need those now. Then again, maybe I'll actually keep them there. I was considering having them attached directly to the tanks, but if I kept everything kind of centralized here, it would make it easier for my staff to fix things. Because then if they break, they don't have to walk like in a large area. They just have to go to that centralized location instead. A party in the new employees only area, says the guests, rushing over quickly. Okay. Let's move things around first. What I think I can do, though, instead, is maybe move some of the feeders into these rooms. Because then the food can be right next to the tanks. But then if tools or equipment need to be repaired, they just all go over into the central room. I think that's not a bad idea. So let's go ahead and start off with moving the foxfish into this tank. And we'll reconnect this pump. Let's just go ahead and move these decorations over then. And then we will delete this tank. And I can easily reconnect the pump to here. Which we then need some upgrades to our equipment that we've got attached to the pump. So we're going to move this over by one. And I'm going to delete both of those. And see, even rather than doing two power combines, I could do a large heater and a large filter next to it instead. Thus completely servicing the needs for the tank. Alright, little fish. You want to keep your needs in mind. So, no food competitors. So we cannot put any other type of fish in here that also likes green pellets. So no green pellets allowed. So like the oblique line dottyback, cannot put them in. Wait, no, we can. I keep looking at the ecology points as if they're the food. No, the ecology and the food are not the same thing. Do not view them as such. Now, here's our size 7. These panther groupers don't eat the same type of food. We could put them in there. First, let's do a quick peek over. Do I have any fish that aren't placed anywhere? Not just the obliques. So we could put an oblique in here, but there would only be the one, and that would be a little bit fish restrictive on us. Ecology points are also better because we have a lot more need of them. go ahead and put it in there and just work with that. You want some more rocks, huh? Well, in case I put any fish that wants shelter, we'll just put that in. Oh, I forgot to put fucking stairs down. Excuse me. Oh my god, I didn't even face the stairs in the right direction. I didn't realize that would be the case. Look at that. I guess you can get some super deep tanks if you're able to stack up your stairs like this. Oh my god. I guess you can get some very fancy tanks as you get into the game. Alright, there's some stairs. There we go. Access to the tank. Let's see, we'll want orange. We'll want green, because that's what they like to eat. Is this not... Okay, it is counting it as a deep wall tank. Build a deep wall tank. Or unlock it. I guess it's not counting it, because it's like, oh, sorry. You see what you just have built right here? Yeah, that's a deep wall corner tank. So it's not the same thing. You're gonna have to build some other type of tank. Fine game, fuck you too. We can fit that in right in the corner here then. Just do something like positioning it here. Yep, that'll do. I can open it around here and up around back so that there's access all the way around. They're not equal right now, but that's fine. There we go. Still not equal. Stop. Stop. Get away. Booking guests. Okay. A wall here would almost be nice. Because then I could put a staff door in right there. Alright, that means 2 staff doors. We put one right here. And one right there. And beautiful. Now we can have access to that. Platform. Stairs. For a second, I thought I misplaced those stairs again, and I was having them come off the wrong direction. I was like, ah, well, shit. Alright, we unlocked that new type of fish, and it says any animal can go into it. So, let's put our new fish in. Where are you? See, look, there he is, longhorn cowfish. You know, I didn't really quite realize that. That is a horn coming off his head, isn't it? He'll eat starfish, we don't have to worry about them. He doesn't seem like he's very difficult here. We'll put 2 of them in together. That way they can be friends. Look at that. The tendency to name fish after other creatures really shows that the fish are the lowest form of life. It's true. They don't get their own unique names. It's just kind of like, you know, fish? Yeah, you're kind of like other existing non-fish animal. Let's just name you after them, huh? And so that's what happened. When are we getting the fish? Good question. Whenever we manage to unlock them, I guess. Now I want fish. Huh. Yeah, this protein skimmer really does give a lot of water quality. One of your guests needs the toilet! Oh no! Build some toilets so they have somewhere to relieve themselves. The guests walking around my aquarium and they're like, holy shit, it's been, what, 15 days? And they need to go to the bathroom. Just use the void as a toilet. Just take a little walk over to the entrance, you know, whiz and keep on going around. Or the tanks themselves, they've already got filters attached. What do you mean? There's plenty of places to use as a toilet. It's not like you can tell. I know. There's these barrels, and the barrels have little holes in them already. I mean, that's probably what these barrels were put here for in the first place by me. That was my actual intention. I said, you know, the guests were going to need to go to the bathroom at some point. I should probably give them somewhere to go. And so I placed down the barrels. The piss barrels. The barrels, if you will? It also wants us to place down, I think I just have the bin selected. Let's close that. Okay, guests. I guess I'll give you some bathrooms. I like that, the idea here that I'm just placing them directly next to my aquariums. I also realize that I didn't put a wall down over here, so my guests now are just walking into this area. Alright, guests, go to the bathroom with your favorite fish friends. Go wild. Go crazy. We'll just put... Just hang on, you're in my way. Get out of here. Stupid. Oh, hang on. I'm actually already at rank 5 over here at 422 out of 390. Oh my god. I'm just too good. I'm too good. Now, arbor side paint, feather, calurpa, nets. I guess these are just general decorations I can slap around, but look at all of the fish I can unlock now. Coral beauty, schooling bannerfish, fuzzy dwarf lionfish. Oh, I can put down, I guess these are like little miniature lionfish. Oh, adorable. Humpback snapper, porcupine puffer, blue tubular sponge, lights pump, a large protein skimmer, and a Belfast tank. Is a very high capacity, curved windows, and viewing on all sides. Ooh, fancy. I also like, again, the comment of how the fish are just named after other animals, and that's still the case with, like, this humpback one. You have, like, the humpback whale, right? Clearly, it's named after the humpback whale, right? Put the puffer in the petting tank? Good idea. It can hang out with the lionfish that's also in the petting tank. The collector is ready to reveal the list of their wants. It centers around 3 corals, blue tubular sponge, daisy star polyps, and toadstool leather coral. To provide the higher light levels that these corals demand, you'll need the power light. After this, you can obtain the blue tubular sponge in the normal way, by unlocking with ecology. The remaining corals will need to be sourced from third parties. I've arranged contact with 2 such parties who should be able to help. Check your message log when you're ready. Oh man, my emails have gotten so backed up though. I'm at 6th. Imagine having your species be defined by other, better species. Ugh. Man. Fish. They've got it rough. I'm saying it. I don't think I ever said hello to you, did I? Subject name missing. Welcome to the stream. Alright. Look at all the options we have now. Let's go ahead and start working towards those sponges then. Rounded. This tank has rounded edges, which some animals require. Oh, that's interesting. There's some types that you can't have corners in them. Intriguing. And this tank has a depth of 3. Wow. Wow, these power pumps can also connect 2 tanks at a time instead. That's pretty good. Larger range, too. I guess we'll go ahead and start working on the power lamps first, seeing as that's what our new things are going to require. I like this guy walked up to this and we're like, all you've got in this fucking tank is 2 fish. This tank sucks. I hate it. Alright, let me just put down that, and we can put down some more plants. This is a new one. Let's put them in. Nice. Okay. There you go, fish. There is a lot of stuff at my disposal now, yeah. Were these guys opposed to light? They're not. No, I'm looking at the tank. There we go. They're not opposed to light, though. They don't like starfish. Hang on, I need to check my message log for the rest of these unlocks. Toadstool, leather, coral, donation. Imagine donating to a private collection. Oh, uh-oh, there's a customer trapped in the staff area. Uh-oh. You're right. Whoops, I'm gonna have to free him now. So let's see, they want a tank with schooling bannerfish, 3 different plants, a fully grown zebra moray eel, and then sufficient, just those. This is basically a requirement on all of the tanks and all of these objectives is to get the sufficient water quality and heating. And now since I said I guess I could hear your suggestions, ugh, I have to. Now we've got a separate little trophy for him. Night at the aquarium setup. Oh no, you're right. They're all gonna leave to go home, but the one guest that got trapped back there is gonna be stuck there all night now. Excuse me. This just popped up over on top. Did you know you can give your staff different priorities to each task type? Simply toggle next to the skill to increase or decrease the priority. Tasks which match the skill with the highest priority will always be completed before those with a lower priority. By setting different priorities for different staff, you can make sure they have the right people on the right jobs and everything gets done. Alright, I guess I'll take care of that real quick. There's also these zones that you can set up too, so as your aquarium gets larger, you could say, hey Flick, only do this area. Hey, you other worker, only do this area. Which would keep them, you know, from maybe there's a worker down here. That way they don't try and do something that's all the way on the other side of your aquarium. So it's kind of like a good setup plan. It's like other Tycoon games have the same thing set up, where you can say, hey, employees only manage this area, blah, blah, blah. Alright, Flick, you're the best at cleaning, so let's raise your priority there. And here's Fred. I think all Fred was able to do is fix things, so I don't exactly need to give him any priorities. Same with Rachel and Kiki, actually. They've only got 1 skill, so Flick is the only one who needs the priorities, since he's the only one that has multiple skills. I guess that's the downside of having employees that only can do one thing, is if there isn't that thing to do, then they just stand around doing nothing. Alright, built the wall up there. That way the guests can't just casually wander back here. Should have built that wall a little bit lower down, but oh well, I can always adjust it some other time. Alright, that means I have to release the guests from their prison. Same thing over here with the poor guests that got trapped over here. Poor Christina. Shouldn't Skimmer 3 be hidden somewhere out of the way? Shouldn't these equipment pieces be hidden somewhere out of the way? Well, Christina, it just so happens that you're somewhere where you're not supposed to be, and this is why that's happening. Alright, and then we had that other email. Need Daisy Star Polyps? I heard you wanted... I heard you wanted some Daisy Star Polyps. I could supply you with some, but I need something from you first. An important client needs a porcupine puffer, but I'm having trouble locating one. You can supply me with one. I'll sell you as many Daisy Star Polyps as you need. This sounds like some back alley dealings here. If you give me what I want, I'll give you what you want. You know, just don't let anyone know about our deal, alright? He totally wants to eat that fish. Oh, I guess that is a puffer fish that he's wanting, isn't it? Which, those are considered, you know, delicacies. Well, it's time to get ourselves a porcupine puffer, huh? But first, we're going to need to start working towards building this tank. I don't think I have any schooling bannerfish at the moment, though. I have to unlock them. So what do I want to do for this tank? Do I dedicate it? Now hang on, I'm getting distracted. There's way more space in this tank. Let's see, schooling bannerfish. You have to have fucking 6 of them. Oh my god. And they also need a big tank. Requires at least a tank with 30 space. Oh, Jesus. I don't even like fish, and I'd try a puffer. That would be an interesting fish to try. There's always those sort of mysterious creatures, right? And you're like, I want to put that in my mouth and consume it. You look at the fish with, like, all the weird spinies, and you're like, yeah, I want to eat that. Look over at the lionfish and say, I want to eat that. You look at the porcupines, and you're like, I wonder what it tastes like. Going against what you'd expect in that fashion. Saying they need more water quality. There you guys go. More water quality. First person mode. Did you know you can go into first person mode by zooming all the way in? Once you're in first person mode, you can move around using the same keys that you use to pan the camera. I did that like much earlier on. Hang on, here we go. Now it's like I'm a guest. Look at the moray. They're so much bigger when they're adults versus when they're children. I wonder, do we still have baby morays in this back one, or have they fully grown up too? They are fully grown up. That makes me want to place down some new ones real fast so we can see what the little babies look like. Manager, what are you doing? What? I'm just going for a swim. Hello, I basically own this place. I do what I want. Yeah, fuck off. Get out of here. I'm swimming with the fishes. You wish you could do the same. Pathetic. That's right. Keep walking. Loser. Manager, what are you doing? You're not following the arrows? I mean, look at this guy. He's not following the arrows now, is he? The guests are basically just like, heck the arrows, and they keep walking. They look at them and they go, nah. Nah. I'm gonna walk this way. Oh, look at that. More. Ah! What did I do? I like right clicked and it like super zoomed me here. Where am I? Am I behind the entrance? Oh, I think I like went back into normal zoom, just like by the tiniest amount. Huh. Okay. Now I understand what happened there. This is every private collector, I think. Yeah, the private collectors probably wander into their aquariums and are like, I own this place, heck the rules. They go the opposite way of the arrows. They slap on their bathing suit and go swimming with the fish they've got in tanks. They walk around without actually holding their beverages. They just keep them in front of them, no problem. Mind controllers. And I just unlocked the power lights too. Fish here complaining about their water quality again. Now, since I've unlocked the power skimmer though, I'm gonna go ahead and sell that large filter that I've got attached. And swap it out with that protein skimmer instead. They're all psychics. I wish the psychics would be a little bit more respectful of my aquarium and wouldn't just drop this shit around. The sponge sink provides a sponge that your staff can use to wash things that get dirty. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to start cleaning tanks, I guess? There's no room in my center tank here. Or not center tank, but center area? I guess we'll go ahead and put these in the side rooms. Just put them like that for now. I can always move them if I want to later on. Alright. Then I was going to put down those trash bins down here. Uh-oh, guests getting tired. I guess I'll put down some benches for them too then. There you guys go. This time though, placing it so that the people can actually sit down. I like the first people to sit down on the bench. Both opted to face the wall. They're like, heck the tank. Fuck that, I'd rather stare at the wall. You bet the psychics tap on the glass too? Oh my god, they probably do. Dang, a couple emails here. Anything important? Doesn't look like it. Bunch of comments about my tanks. Or my fish getting older. Larger? Both, really. I like the way this looks. It's like just a bucket with the sponge slightly floating. Like, wow. There's something about that. Okay. Now to the fish. What shall we put into the tanks? And actually, I've just unlocked the blue tubular sponge. And the one guy wanted the porcupine puffer, though on the other hand, we do want to unlock the schooling bannerfish. They require the same amount of points to unlock. Guess we'll go with the bannerfish. Put in remote control fish. What if I replaced all of the fish with remote control fish? That would essentially be replacing them with robot fish, right? And you don't have to actually feed them, thus cutting down on a lot of the costs of my aquarium. I'm gonna hire more people in. Let's just hire fucking everybody. Go wild, new staff members. Make sure everything continues to run smoothly. I've got enough money for it, no problem. And I still have this tank that I put like no fish into because I was unlocking things while I was still putting fish in, so I should return to this and put some fish into here. We've currently got that foxfish, rabbitfish, and the oblique line dottyback. The dottyback is a bully, so we can't put wimpfish in here. And then my foxface rabbitfish doesn't want anything that eats green pellets. So nothing that eats green pellets, and nothing that is a wimp. We also have to be careful with the fish sizes, because the oblique line dottyback is a small fish. We could, however, I assume that putting multiple box faces in the same tank is fine, and they're fine with each other, just not other kinds of fish that want to eat the green pellets. Detroit become fish. What if that happened? I just put a bunch of robot fish down there, and then all of my robot fish start thinking they're real fish and want to start eating food and the like? Nothing but problems. I didn't realize being a fish warden was so difficult and complicated. Oh my god. Who demanded? Can't use them, they're wimps. Huh? Oh, I unlocked that power pump. Get a Belfast tank next then. Uh-oh. Hang on, and as I zoom out, I notice over here with my cowfish that they actually need some better water quality here. I guess I better put that down. Do I have any space even? No? We're gonna have to widen this then. But there's some walking room behind here. Yeah, this is a walled tank. The guests can't see them, so don't have to worry about that. So we'll just slap that filter down, and there we go. I feel like now I'm gonna have a lot more guys walking around having nothing to do, because Jim over here, he only fixes things too. Which means we have at least 2 staff members that only fix things. What if I hire, like, what if a ton of staff were available to hire, and I just hired a ton of staff and basically replaced all of the guests with staff members? What if I just went around here and said, hey, guess what? Guest, you're now staff. Guest, you're now staff. And then my aquarium just becomes a whole lot of staff. There aren't any guests anymore. You work at the aquarium now. What do I put in here? What do I put in here? Alright, this guy was a bully. So we could put some of these guys in here because they like orange pellets, and that is fine. They're small fish, so we don't want any big fish, which we were already restricted by larger creatures that like to eat small ones because of that. The aquarium just becomes a job expo. Pretty much, you need a job? Just come on down to my aquarium. Walk inside, get hired right away. Moray eels like mussels. I don't have any crustaceans in here, so we can put down some moray eels into the tank. Just put 2 of them in, and then we just need an additional filter, and we're good. There's not any space over with the pump that I've got going over to it, so I'm just gonna put the protein skimmer directly on top. Since right now anyway, since I've got staff that only fix things, I think it's fine to have the equipment a little bit spread out. Kinda has to be the case anyway because of our 2 corners here. Alright, let's turn our attention over to this tank, which is currently empty, where I want to start putting in our plants, the coral down here. Putting in some disco mushrooms. We'll pause here too as I place them down. And some blue tubular sponges. Right, put down the zooplankton dispenser for the ease of access. Then along the side right here, we're going to put down our equipment. So we want to have that protein skimmer for the better water quality for them. A large heater to keep things nice and warm, and also probably going to extend this down by one so that this can fit in nicely. Otherwise, the employees would have to like walk in this side and then walk all the way around and walk in this side. Rather inconvenient for them. There we go. Alright, and we want to expand. There we go. And we need the lighting for our plants. Let's see. There we go. Now to put in the fish. And also on pause now since they've got their main setup for those. For the corals. I don't have a lot of these hermit crabs put down. The hermit crabs are slightly inconvenient because of being crustacean and being small. They're readily desired by the larger fish that really want to eat them. Not ideal. Also, I'm now making way more research science points than ecology, so we want fish with ecology. Let's focus on them. Like fox-faced rabbitfish is good. They give 28, so let's put one of them in the tank. We've got this lionfish, which does not eat green pellets. They eat starfish, which is not what my plant things are. Prison? Yep. That's what this place is, fish prison. Welcome, don't worry though. You're not a fish, I don't think. So you don't have to worry. So you're able to wander around the prison and check out all of the inmates. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. And now I've unlocked those schooling bannerfish. Oh my god, I didn't realize this humpback snapper gives a shit ton of ecology. Jesus Christ, get them. You've just unlocked the schooling bannerfish. The schooling bannerfish is an active swimmer. This means their tank needs to have a minimum depth for them to have enough room to swim. Or size, I guess. After unlocking that, we're at just about 4 hours now at the stream, and staring at my screen to take care of this, I feel like someone commented about how this game was making them go cross-eyed. I feel like I'm going cross-eyed looking at it. There's a lot going on. What? I like the sort of detail and variety that this has, and like the thought that you have to start putting into combining all the different fish into different tanks. Like, you know, when playing Zoo Tycoon, I always felt like it was just every fish, or I should say every animal, gets their own little exhibit space. This has way more of a focus on combining different fish together into singular tanks, to try and to encourage you to have like interesting aquariums rather than just going, all right, this tank is for this fish, and this tank is for this fish. There's a lot more encouragement to try and see what sort of fish you can fit together in a singular tank. It makes it more fun, more thoughtful as you go around building it. I also like the fact how you can very easily expand out the aquarium. So as you're going through, you're like, I need a little bit more. And then you just slap it down, make it bigger. And the ease of being able to move around the tanks you've already placed, it's good. I enjoy it. But even though we didn't finish this campaign at all, we got I assume, a good way through it. I'm gonna go ahead and save. Like prison fish. Person fish. Alright, sure, why not? I like person fish. I'm almost concerned about putting in the smiling. There was like that one time. Yep, doesn't like that. Having those colons in sometimes throws things off. Was it Starfetchers where it broke from the smiley? Yes. Starfetchers did not like it. But unlike Megaquarium, at least, where it popped up a thing that was like, I don't know about this. I don't think this is a good idea. Starfetchers let you do it and then broke itself. But that's going to be it for today's stream. That, though, I'm into it. I liked that a lot. This was fun. Prison Fish Simulator. Here we go. Thank you, everybody, for coming on by to watch. Thank you for those who have resubscribed and those who have followed. Yeah, when it becomes games like this, where there's a lot more building and whatnot, it becomes a little bit more chill, laid back. But it's nice to have that sometimes too. Maybe not as much of the action comedy, but oh well. Again, thank you, everybody, for coming on by. Thank you for those who are watching. Thank you for those who have followed and resubscribed. I hope to see you again next week for Phasmophobia and for whatever else is going to be streamed on the Saturday before that, but at the very least, Sunday, Phasmophobia. Oh yes, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to open up the channel rewards. There we go. Review requests queue, because we've got one that was put on by Graviton. We want to increase that up to 171. Complete that. Okay. Alright. Thank you, everybody. And I hope you have a lovely day. Farewell.